opinion of moving data from on-prem to cloud, Andre. I think at the end of the day, it's going to be a hybrid world, right?
That's
because
true.
it's going to be hybrid because you're going to get like the EU, for example, has restrictions on what you can do with personal data. Here in the United States, we have what we call HIPAA laws, which is medical information laws. So that banking, financial information, that type of stuff, I don't see going to the cloud. I see it being more of on-premise data center type stuff for there. The cloud networks, the cloud architectures, the cloud, everything that we put into the cloud, in my opinion, will probably wind up being, there will be some production stuff for small, medium-sized businesses. Some enterprise stuff will go into the cloud. But I think dev and test will have everything dev and test wise will go into the cloud. But when it gets down to niche industries, when you get down into financial, medical, stuff like that, it's going to be a hybrid. So the need to move data is going to be very well needed in terms of being able to move from on-prem to cloud, do what you want to do up there, move it down. And you're seeing a lot of this and part of the cloud thing is also big data, streaming platforms and moving data into those platforms. So that's where I think it's going. I could be 100% wrong, but I think that's where it's going.
Think so.
And then, but the movement of that here in the States, it's I will say on some things the States is very cutting edge on a lot of things. We try to be, hey, we're out here, we're out in front of everybody. But at the same time, we're also trying to be reserved. A lot of companies are not jumping to that ship yet. They're starting to make that turn, but you got big enterprises that use Oracle databases, and then making those huge investments into cloud is really kind of a hard thing to turn. If you start a project on cloud, then it's easier to adjust. But companies like Amazon, Azure, Microsoft Azure, and Google are really the front runners in cloud. Oracle's making up some ground with it. But so that I would say is top 4. But Oracle's the only one that provides the encryption and all these other things built in. And you see cases like you saw probably a year ago, last August, where Amazon got hacked by an inside source, and none of their stuff was encrypted, even though they're selling it as being encrypted. So it's a lot of things which is, I think from a business standpoint, I would worry about putting everything into the cloud. So I would say it's very hybrid type things. So hopefully that answers your question for you and where we're going here in the U.S.
Right.